is done to follow the ladies to their house and learn their address. Then, he begins appearing in the area often, pretending to bump into them in the street by accident, but the ladies ignore him every time. Eventually, Arcas decides to pay off the priest, so he'll give Mademoiselle de Jonquières a letter from him under the excuse that she needs an honest man to protect her from the devil's temptations. When the ladies get the letter, they take it to Pommeraye, who gets upset when she reads those heartfelt love declarations and throws the letter away. At least the plan is going well, and she orders the ladies to keep going to church, telling the priest the mother burned the letter without reading it. When hearing about this, Arcas gets even more desperate and asks Pommeraye for help again, but she says no, reminding her that he can't have Mademoiselle de Jonquières just to fan the flames. Arcas decides to pay the ladies a visit in order to apologize for the inappropriate letter and give them 2 gifts, an envelope with money and a diamond necklace. Madame de Jonquières wants to accept the necklace since it could save her and her daughter's financial situation. But when she shows it to Pommeraye, she orders her to turn it down because they can still get more out of this. She also makes Madame de Jonquières write a letter that Pommeraye later gives Arcas and the ladies' names, telling him they had been very offended by his gesture and pretending to be mad at him for stalking them. Arcas begs for forgiveness on his knees, but Pommeraye refuses to help him again, thus Arcas decides to try with a bigger gift. The next time he visits the Jonquières, he brings even more money, the promise of 2 houses, and an entire set of diamonds. Madame de Jonquières is in tears when she brings all this to Pommeraye, begging to be allowed to accept such amazing gifts, but Pommeraye just makes her write another rejection letter. She swears there's a bigger reward to catch and they need to be patient, although Madame de Jonquières can't understand how the offerings can get any better. After giving Arcas the letter, which breaks his heart, Pommeraye meets with Lucienne, who thinks Pommeraye is starting to push Arcas into madness. However, Pommeraye thinks she isn't quite done yet. 3 weeks later, a desperate Arcas approaches Pommeraye to tell her he's willing to marry Mademoiselle de Jonquières if that's what it takes, and he needs Pommeraye to help him with the negotiations. Pommeraye pretends to show concern for him since he's never shown interest in